In NBN News, new safety measures for Grahamstown Dam as the report highlights possible earthquake risks, more fallout from the Tenacious D cancellations, and we've sent a reporter snow chasing at the Barrington Tops with warnings for visitors.
Every parent knows when it's time to go into protect mode. Pino Clean biodegradable wipes kill 99.9% of viruses, including the flu and COVID-19 virus. It's not clean unless it's Pino Clean.
Schwarzkopf Brilliance. Bold, brilliantly vibrant colours. With up to 10 weeks colour intensity. Take your colour to new heights. With Brilliance. Crafted by Schwarzkopf.
There is an urgent recall on solar home batteries. Affected batteries may overheat and catch fire, resulting in property damage, injury or death. If you have an affected battery, immediately switch it off until it is remedied free of charge. Search LG Home Battery Recall to check.
Terry White Chemmart has real deals on all your favourite brands, like Panadol Rabbit 40 caplets, Metamucil Fibre Powder, and Terry White Chemmart Cold and Flu. Get real deals every day at Terry White Chemmart, dedicated to care.
Domino's is giving you more to cheer about with our big game bundle. Score 3 large pizzas plus 2 delicious sides from just $27 pickup or $34 delivered. Get more for the game at Domino's.
Duck. New Strepsils Triple Relief Formula helps to soothe your sore throat, relieve a chesty cough, and chest congestion. For chesty cough relief, try Strepsils.
Bedshed are taking 20 to 50% off everything. Create your ideal bedroom with furniture you love and a perfect mattress for less. Everything's on sale at Bedshed. No one's better in the bedroom.
Before you buy your next RV, you have to see Australian Motorhomes and Caravans. With one of Australia's largest range of motorhomes, campervans, fifth wheelers and caravans in one enormous location. Come and see Australian Motorhomes and Caravans, Pacific Highway, Bennetts Green today.
You can feel it in your claws. This is a different beast. One all. Who will claim the Origin crown? Even Australia's greatest rivalry has another level. And this is it. Called State of Origin, the Designer. Tonight on 9 and 9 Now.
This program proudly brought to you by Harvey Norman, proudly supporting Australian athletes from grassroots to the games.
We'll go to the newsroom.
Coming up tonight in NBN News, the State of Origin decided just hours away. We have the latest from Brisbane. A major breakthrough in the murders of 2 Australians and a woman in the Philippines, with the suspect arrested. Tenacious D cancels all shows after their Newcastle gig was postponed. We meet Casino's famous town crier, Brenda Armfield, in tonight's edition of Your Story. And the very latest from Knights Camp, can Bradman Best and Kalen Ponga back up against the Broncos? That's next. Tonight, it's all on the line. The Blues out to break a 19-year Origin hoodoo, defying the odds to make history. The Bash Brothers vowing to belt Queensland and bring home the Shield. Federal police called in to investigate the CFMEU amid allegations of criminality and corruption. In New South Wales, the Premier cuts ties with the powerful union. One of the most important teams at the Olympics, tasked with keeping athletes and fans safe in Paris. And we meet Brenda Armfield, the pride of Casino, in tonight's edition of Your Story.
This is NBN News with Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. The Blues were blasted off the park in Game 1 and responded with a record-breaking performance in Game 2. Tonight, it all comes down to this: New South Wales attempting to defy history and a hostile Maroons crowd to bring the Origin Shield back home.
Along this morning's chilly stratas of Brizzy's Queen Street Mall, there was the warm excitement amongst waiting Blues fans.
You go, the Blues, nothing like being in at home. Billy's a bit rattled. Who knows?
I love it when they get rattled.
No, they got nothing, Queenslanders, mate.
Mate, they're really quiet today.
That's just like their team, mate.
And as old mate observed, after their Game 2 shellacking, the two heads seemed to be pulling both of them in.
Just the thrashing we copped last time makes me nervous.
Oh, mate, me very happy. Mind you, there was still a lot of... Jeez, mate, she's a bit early in the morning for that rubbish. So just bought yourself a new car, Shammy.
New car, Shabby? No, we just win here in Queensland, mate. We get it, that's why.
Yeah. So when the Queenslanders brought in some former greats to talk it up in the mall, I let them have it. Ignore those greats! Go the Blues! Go the Blues! After handing out the Black Cheese wigs and teas, I watched our boys relax. And I couldn't help but think of those loyal Blues behind the banana curtain, like Jacob the Burke.
Every single game I'm sitting there with 14 other Queenslanders, and I tell you what, I feel it.
Or Brad and Jane Rutledge, under-7 coaches with the Brizzy Club Comps Green Bank Raiders.
Definitely going on our applications for next year, just to make sure we can get rid of those ones.
Just throw rugs and tiny hoodies are left on the merch stands. The stage now set for one of Origin's most anticipated deciders.
Cheering for Queensland, of course. Yes.
We won't be cheering about 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, I think we will.
Oh, no.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, mate, no worries, you won't.
Well, now let's go to Mike Dalton among the fans on Caxton Street in Brisbane.
Tash, the full house sign went up pretty much when the final whistle blew on Game 2. And now 50,000 plus are streaming down Caxton Street towards Suncorp Stadium for what is one of the most hotly anticipated Origin deciders in recent memory. It is cold in Brisbane, colder than a penguin's feet. 10 degrees expected at kick-off, but feeling like 6 with winds of up to 35 kph. But for the fans of both hues, they are salivating for this decider to get underway.
A roll call of Donald Trump's political foes has taken the stage at the Republican convention in Milwaukee to praise him. The former president asking his former rivals to speak in a bid to unify the party.
His village, his people, the convention, given an encore of Donald Trump. With his new apprentice, vice presidential pick J.D. Vance by his side. Trump was there to hear from an old rival, Nikki Haley, who had campaigned as the Republicans' pick for president. The former ambassador to the UN has been savage in her assessment of Trump.
He is unhinged. He is more diminished than he was. Just like Joe Biden's more diminished than what he was.
She once said he was a disaster.
I feel no need to kiss the ring.
But today she was all about her allegiance to the Republican king.
Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period. I haven't always agreed with President Trump. But we agree more often than we disagree.
Another Trump rival, Ron DeSantis, this time turning on President Biden.
America cannot afford 4 more years of a weekend at Bernie's presidency.
The former president taking it all in from the stands as old rivals pledged loyalty and unity. But the big question is, when Donald Trump takes the stage, will he be the one to lead the calls for calm?
Joe Biden was in Las Vegas invoking an old gag by former President Harry Truman.
Story goes, Truman said, "You want a friend in Washington? Get a dog."
In Milwaukee playing diplomat, our ambassador to the US.
The job of an ambassador here is to engage with the full breadth of political opinion, both among Republicans and Democrats.
In a leaked phone call between Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr., whose father and uncle were both assassinated, Trump has shared his first reaction to the moment he was shot.
It felt like a giant, like the world's largest mosquito. And it was a bullet going around. You know, it was, what do they call that, an AR-15 or something? That's a big gun. Those are pretty tough guns, right?
It's been revealed protection around Donald Trump before the shooting had been boosted after a threat from Iran. It wasn't enough to stop the attempted assassination, and there's no indication the shooter, Thomas Crook, was involved in the Iranian plot. As serious as it was, some Republicans have tried to see the lighter side.
It's just in honor and sympathy of Donald Trump. You know, I saw him get shot on TV, and I thought the man almost gave his life for his country. Can you take me high?
Lauren Tomasi, NBN News.
The FBI has now interviewed more than 100 witnesses in connection to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. It comes as the director of the Secret Service defended not having staff on top of the building that Thomas Matthew Crooks fired from.
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point, and so, you know, there's a safety factor.
She's set to face a congressional hearing over the shooting next week. A pool cleaner has been arrested over the murder of a Sydney man, his partner and her daughter-in-law in a Philippines hotel after more than a week on the run. The man today taken into a press conference as the daughters of victim David Fisk spoke out, saying they're scared and angry as they try to make sense of their father's brutal death. A truck driver has made a lucky escape after his vehicle burst into flames on the M1 last night. Emergency services were called to Cooranbong around 6:30 p.m. and closed the highway until the fire was put out. A 25-year-old man accused of supplying a large quantity of drugs in the Hunter pleaded guilty in court today. Tyson Leota was arrested following a police raid in Kurri Kurri last year.
Tyson Leota has been in custody since June 2023 after police raided a home in Kurri Kurri, which he shared with his partner and her younger sister. There, police found 345 grams of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and $6,500 in cash. Court documents reveal police also found large gummy rope lollies labelled as medicated nerd rope, which all contained THC. The two sisters were taken into custody during the search, while Leota was later arrested in Edgeworth following a police pursuit, where a further $700 cash was seized. Today in Newcastle local court, his driving charges were dismissed and the 25-year-old pleaded guilty to 5 charges, including possess and supply prohibited drug. Court documents also reveal that at the time of his arrest, Leota admitted knowledge of the bag of meth, but denied knowing how much was there and that it was not for his personal use. He also denied that the money found were proceeds of crime. Leota will face Newcastle District Court next month, where a magistrate will set a date for his sentencing. Bianca Werrett, NBN News.
It stores half our region's H2O, but the water level in Grahamstown Dam is set to be reduced to combat potential flooding from an earthquake. Hunter Water says an even bigger overhaul is needed as the drop in resources increases the likelihood of water restrictions.
It holds a crucial supply of water for Hunter homes, but Grahamstown Dam could pose a threat to them.
There is a chance that under an earthquake, the dam wall could be damaged.
Unaffected during Newcastle's 1989 disaster, embankments made of clay and sand line the now 60-year-old dam. A new assessment submitted to the state regulator this month has found a 1 in 3,500 year quake could see houses and infrastructure flooded downstream.
We have 5 kilometres of embankment, so there's fairly substantial works that will be required. We absolutely are committed to undertaking the works to rectify it. This is a critical piece of infrastructure for the region.
With structural fixes yet to be designed, the near-full dam's capacity will now be capped at 90%, and Hunter Water says in dry periods, the region would have double the likelihood of going into water restrictions until Belmont Desalination Plant is finished in 2028.
Grahamstown Dam's gates will open in the next few days, slowly releasing
releasing 13,000 megalitres of water to reduce the risk to nearby homes, but a long-term solution is not expected to be complete for up to 10 years. Raymond Terrace's lakeside neighbourhood, closest to its main embankment along Richardson Road and parts of Medowie most at risk, Hunter Water now set to hold consultation sessions with residents and revise its emergency plan with the SES.
We look at which houses, businesses or major infrastructure is impacted. Part of that is then the plans on how emergency alerts and warnings can go out.
Sarah Giuliano, NBN News.
A step back in time at Wallsend today with a penny farthing performer in the town to promote its 150th anniversary celebrations. Declared a municipality in 1874, the mining village was then home to 7,500 residents. Council festivities get underway August 17 at Nelson Street Rotunda. After almost 5 decades, Newcastle's longest-serving ferrymaster has called it a day. Starting in the job at age 15, Captain Steve Dolly has expertly chartered thousands of passengers across the harbour to Stockton. And tonight, he shares his journey with NBN News.
At the helm for almost half a century, on a windier than average afternoon, Steve Dolly masters Newcastle Harbour like it's second nature.
Well, I know that boat better than myself. 18, I started driving. I was one of the youngest ferry masters to drive the ferry at the time.
Last night, after 48 years, Captain Steve docked the Queen's Wharf to Stockton Ferry for the final time. The kind of career that warrants a novel. Steve says there's never been a dull day at the controls.
This was my dream job, and I actually lived my dream. Not many people can actually say that, but I have.
Pictured here at the colourful reinstation of the harbour's ferry service in the 1980s, Steve was among the first to drive these newer dual-powered vessels when they were launched in '86. He then rode alongside Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in May 1988.
I actually seen the Queen open this wharf up, Queen's Wharf here.
And many years later sailed through the chaos that was the Pasha Bolka.
We had 70 knot winds that day, and we had actually the water going over the pontoon there. So we actually stopped the ferries that day.
Ebbing and flowing through those major milestones, some more personal memories too.
But one of the best highlights of my life, I actually met my wife here. And she was in the earthquake, and I've been married for her for over 30 years now.
Working with all kinds of technology, from old radios to more advanced radars.
I've worked with a lot of great people here. That's probably one of the best things I've done, and I will miss them.
But now, Newcastle Harbour's longest-serving ferrymaster says it's time to put the captain's hat down. He does have 10 grandkids, after all.
You get to a stage of your life and you say, well, I've done all that. There's other things in my chapter that I can move on.
So as the sun set on Steve Dolly's first and last job, the harbour bid a final farewell to a happy and grateful captain. Isabella Evans, NBN News.
Congratulations, Steve. Let's take a quick look at the top temperatures across the region. No surprise here, very cool again. You're watching NBN News. Still ahead, Tenacious D's Australian tour cancelled after a video goes viral for all the wrong reasons. The construction union on notice as the federal government makes moves to stamp out alleged criminal behaviour. And a light dusting of snow again at Barrington Tops attracts families up the mountain.
To take back control of your cost of living, call Sunboost. For a smart, secure solar investment, call Sunboost. To partner with Australia's largest and most popular solar retailer, call Sunboost. Ease financial pressures today with the leading 6.6 kilowatt premium solar system held to a discounted $36.91 with potential lifetime returns over $50,000. Don't wait while bills continue to rise. Take action today. Limited extension July only.
You've paid enough for power. Call 1300 Sunboost today.
Switch to AGL and you can receive a $100 bill credit.
That's a $100 bill credit just for switching your electricity.
AGL do that.
AGL do that. Switch to AGL today and join the change.
APT's Discover the World sale is here. Cruise Europe in 2025 aboard APT's brand new luxury river ships. Featuring luxuriously appointed suites, unprecedented dining choice with 6 unique world-class dining venues and an unrivaled level of service. APT's 15-day all-inclusive Europe River Cruise starts from $7,995 per person, flights included. Search APT Luxury Travel or contact Hello World Travel.
Ducks, hot water, built stronger to last longer.
Made in Australia for over 100 years, Ducks hot water systems are built stronger to last longer. Ducks.com.au.
Ducks.
Refinance your home loan with Greater Bank and you could get up to $2,500 cash back. Switch today and start saving with a great low interest rate and up to $2,500 cash back. Call now or visit greater.com.au/cashback.
From country roads, the toughest terrain, and iconic coastal views, the Hunter's Own O'Neill's Tyre and Auto Care have been getting you there and back safely for over 60 years. Because if you've got wheels, you need O'Neill's.
Instantly upgrade your TV and streaming with Hubble and Harvey Norman. Now you can watch free-to-air and streaming in one seamless integrated device for only $99. Plus, take your viewing experience to the next level with the Hubble Glass 4K QLED TV. Now at Harvey Norman with a 4K Ultra HD display capturing over 1 billion colours. Available in 55 or 65-inch. Personalise your Hubble Glass TV with your choice of 5 great colours. Experience the Hubble range now at Harvey Norman.
NBN News, brought to you by Woolworths, proud to be the fresh food partner of the Aussie teams.
Explosive allegations being levelled against Australia's powerful construction union have rocked the Labor governments in Canberra and Sydney. The Premier today moved to suspend the CFMEU division and its money from New South Wales Labor, while one union leader delivered an extraordinary spray on the Prime Minister.
First it was headlines, talk of hitman, and now what look like handouts. Tonight, the federal government has seen enough.
You know why I'm here today.
The minister asking for the construction wing of the CFMEU to be placed into administration, and the federal police called in to investigate.
If there's any challenge to that, we're certainly prepared to legislate to ensure that that occurs.
In a statement, the union's Queensland secretary said Albanese has panicked and soiled himself.
We see wrongdoing and we have acted.
But the opposition says Labor were warned, pointing to this exchange from the Today Show from 5 years ago.
They have their fangs into the CFMEU. Let's be honest about it. This is an outlier.
That's all rhetoric.
It's an outlier
That's
union.
rhetoric.
Their thuggish behaviour, the criminal conduct. We're only just scratching the surface at the moment.
Tonight, the pay rates and conditions of workers won't be impacted.
This is not their fault. It's abhorrent. It's intolerable.
The Labor Party has received around $6.2 million from the CFMEU since Anthony Albanese became leader, the majority of that coming before the 2022 election. The money divided among state and federal branches as well as individual seats. Labor's executive will meet shortly to decide whether those donations can continue, but some states aren't waiting.
There is absolutely no alternative because the CFMEU have made a decision that they're unable or completely unwilling to reform their leadership in the face of what are very serious charges.
The union movement also moving away from this union.
That behaviour does not represent us, does not represent the trade union movement.
Charles Croucher, NBN News.
Hollywood star and musician Jack Black has cancelled the rest of Tenacious D's Australian tour. It comes after the other half of the comedy rock duo, Kyle Gass, made a joke on stage in Sydney about the Donald Trump assassination attempt.
It makes me feel sick. As someone would joke about violence, these people just grow up and find a decent job.
Black says he was blindsided by the comments and would never condone hate speech. Fans will receive a full refund. 10 years ago, an horrific act of mass murder was committed at 10,000 metres. Parents and children among the 298 souls on board flight MH17 shot out of the skies above Ukraine.
They gathered in grief, united by remembrance and love, and an act of unspeakable violence. The lives of sons, daughters, parents, siblings and friends solemnly commemorated.
Families returning from a European summer holiday, years in the dreaming, giddy with stories that would never mellow into memories.
298 people killed, including 38 Australians, when a Malaysia Airlines jet was shot down over eastern Ukraine. Flight MH17 hit by a Russian Buk missile fired by Moscow-backed rebel separatists.
Your grief stills us in the fight for justice, as it has stilled Australia since that terrible day.
Merrin and John O'Brien lost their son Jack. He'd been on a 7-week adventure, including to Moscow.
He would be proud of the way there's been the fight for the truth of what happened.
Vladimir Putin is ultimately responsible for the murder of 298 people and the shooting down of a passenger plane.
Then Prime Minister Tony Abbott infamously promised to shirt front the Russian president over the atrocity. But it was Julie Bishop, as Foreign Minister, who confronted him first.
He stood very close to me. He has very piercing blue eyes. He doesn't blink. He said, "So this is what you call a shirt front." Somewhat mocking.
And to this day, no one has been held properly accountable for the downing of MH17. Russia showing contempt for the international legal process, just as it has ever since for Ukraine's territorial integrity. Tony Abbott calling on the Australian government to restore its ambassador in Kyiv.
I think it's a real crying shame that our ambassador is still cowering in Warsaw.
Solidarity in the face of tyranny. Andrew Probin, NBN News.
The first of more than 1,200 students graduating from the University of Newcastle this week donned their caps and gowns today to celebrate the end of their studies. Students celebrated completing the university's Open Foundations pathway as the institution marks 50 years of the program.
I've been wanting to do this since I was really little, and to think that I've stuck with my decision for this whole time is actually amazing.
This year will also mark the uni's highest ever number of students graduating with doctoral degrees. The Olympics are just over a week away, and France is putting the final touches on its sporting venues. Let's go live now to Paris and reporter Christine Ahern. Christine, the River Seine is again being put to the test today.
Tash, it is. The Paris mayor, Anne Hidalgo, has been desperate to prove that the River Seine is up to Olympic water quality. And just moments ago, she actually took the plunge along with the chief games organisers, with locals and the world's media watching on. It was only a couple of days ago that we had the French sports minister also take a dip. But look, organisers are fast running out of time to 100% declare that the open water swimming and triathlon events will take place here in the River Seine. Tash.
Christine, thank you. Families from across northern New South Wales hit the road this morning in search of a winter wonderland after a light dusting of snow fell at the Barrington Tops overnight. Temperatures reached a maximum of 2 degrees, but that didn't deter visitors from making their own fun.
A blanket of white snow covers the forest at Barrington Tops.
This is the first time we've been up here in the snow over about the last 10 years. Yeah, come up from Singo.
Families hit the road early, making their way up the mountain after a cold snap brought a light dusting overnight.
So a series of cold front that affected the states last week, and a complex low pressure system formed off the eastern Bass Strait.
Temperatures reached a chilly 2 degrees, with snow falling down to 1,300 metres.
We've travelled from Umina Beach on the Central Coast. It's the first time for the boys, so they've been pretty excited.
Gloucester businesses were buzzing as dozens of snowgoers stocked in for a winter warmer on the way through.
We've been really busy from 5 in the morning, selling out of pies, bread rolls.
It has got chaotic lately, yes. The last 3 days have been full on. As quick as they're walking out the door, they're coming back in again.
Frosty conditions and bitter wind chill, not enough to stop the fun.
Like
I love it so much. I would give it like a 10-star.
Many families have turned out today especially to take part in the ultimate snowball fight.
It's so fun. Throw snowballs at him.
The Bureau of Meteorology says now is the best time to see snow.
We may still see some dusting of snow continuing over higher parts of the northern tablelands and the mid-north coast this evening into tonight, and possibly extending into tomorrow morning.
Kendra Jewell, NBN News.
It is chilly. Coming up next, an exclusive look inside France's renowned anti-terrorism squad as it prepares for the Olympics. Our next edition of Your Story, we meet Casino's unofficial town crier, Brenda Armfield, and the death of one of our most respected Australian sports broadcasters.
Spotlight's VIP Day. VIPs save 30% off full-priced items store-wide. Yes, that's 30% off. Hurry, tomorrow only. Plus rush in for our super sale catalogue full of unbeatable deals store-wide. Don't miss out. Sale starts 9 a.m. tomorrow. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
The new resealable deli cups range from Dot seals in the freshness, flavour and taste of your delicious deli meats. Don, the irresistible family favourite, is Don. Is good.
Did you know we lose up to 15% of our muscle mass every decade? Ensure is a nutritional drink with 28 vitamins and minerals and high-quality protein, clinically shown to give 30% greater strength in 30 days. Feel the Ensure difference and stand for strength today.
Y'all ready for something new? Me and you love. Every Friday, I'm gonna play with you. So you heard me a lot. When you didn't sleep, what you gonna do? Did somebody say me you love?
When it comes to a healthy white smile, I compromise. Between whitening and strengthening.
Why compromise?
Dr. O'Halley?
You can do both. Oral-B 3D White Professional Toothpaste. It whitens and strengthens teeth.
I can whiten without compromise. Switch to Oral-B.
We all need fibre for our digestive health, but 70% of Australians don't get enough each day. Good thing Metamucil gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic plant-based fibre, with more fibre than a whole cup of broccoli. Metamucil gummies, the easy way to get your daily fibre.
Head into Anaconda for great value puffer jackets with the Cape Ecolite puffer jacket only $69.99 and the Cedarburg and Longline puffer jacket only $149. Play more and pay less this winter. Anaconda!
The Nick Scully winter sale is on now with up to 50% off selected designer furniture. Save up to 50% at the winter sale. On now at Nick Scully.
Are you thinking al fresco and looking for something simple? Call HV Aluminium.
Are you looking for something stylish? Call HV Aluminium.
Or are looking for ideas to design something stunning?
If you're thinking al fresco, call or visit HV Aluminium New Lantern, 1800 801 572.
Gold reached record highs today, while the market shrugged off a mega fine for Telstra. Finance editor Chris Kohler.
A rebound for our market today, climbing 0.75%. Gold stocks were some of the best performers. Not really surprising, given the price of gold is touching record highs, close to $2,500 an ounce. Telstra was fined $1.5 million for failing to protect customers from scams, but investors didn't mind. Another rise today for the telco. And the Aussie dollar is buying 67 US cents and close to 62 euro cents, heading through the middle of the week.
For 2 years, France's renowned anti-terrorism squad has been preparing for its biggest test, the Olympic Games in Paris. Tonight, we've been given exclusive access inside their training base as the general of the elite unit declares they're ready for any threat.
This is the most important dress rehearsal, it's hoped,
will never be needed for the Olympic Games. This helicopter is full of snipers, ready to be deployed anywhere in France to eliminate a terror threat.
We can take people from their place and drop them where we want and really fast.
Here, the snipers are training to shoot a target from a moving helicopter.
So as you can see, they are still moving because the goal for us is to provide fire and move.
The GIGN was formed after the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre. They're responsible for counter-terrorism, hostage rescue and other high-stakes raids. They're hoping for a peaceful Paris, but are ready if it's not.
It's very important for us to confirm that everything is okay with our weapon.
The general in charge of this world-renowned unit says the opening ceremony along the River Seine is by far its biggest security challenge.
There will be people close the river, there will be people on the roofs, and will be in the boats in case of there is an attack.
Dogs are an integral part of counter-terrorism. They're fitted with specialist helmets so the handler can see everything the dog sees and can give them commands through a speaker. Dogs like Alto are used for intelligence, things like building surveillance and looking for explosives. It takes 18 months to train a dog to get it up to an elite level. The GIGN have been preparing for 2 years for the Paris Games. Now, just days out, it's game on. What do you say to Australians that might be coming to the Olympics and worried about security?
We don't have to worry. Honestly, everything is done to have a big event, very safe event.
In Versailles, Christina Hearn, NBN News.
The legendary sports broadcaster David Morrow has died at the age of 71 after a battle with brain cancer. Morrow, who grew up in the Northern Tablelands, was best known for his work on the ABC and 2GB during a stellar 52-year media career, 44 of those spent covering first-grade rugby league. Nestled in the Northern Rivers, Casino proudly wears the crown as Australia's beef capital. Tonight, on Your Story, we meet Brenda Armfield, a local treasure who's not only loved, but admired by all who meet her.
In the heart of Casino, there's one voice that stands out above the rest. Brenda Armfield, the beef capital's unofficial town crier.
Hello, Wednesday and Channel 9. Welcome to Casino.
Brenda, you've got a big public personality. When did this all start?
I was born with it.
A beloved figure with family ties to Casino spanning 5 generations. Brenda knew she was destined to shine right from the age of 4.
I was a book, and then Twiddle Crystal. And I was operated by Lyle Gilway.
A performer all her life, she started volunteering in the promotion side of Casino's Beef Week and went on to become one of its most prominent figures for 4 decades. This year, the festival's parade proudly carried the 79-year-old's name.
When they told me at first, I thought they were joking. I honestly thought they were joking.
Her lime green mini moke, just as iconic as she is.
Oh, she yells out Aussie, 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 and they go oi, 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 like it's unreal. She has a little bit of a banter with the kids.
And when you don't see her, you'll hear her on the airwaves, on Casino's own Cow FM.
And this is Brenda here, and a very warm and hearty welcome to the program.
With her beaming smile, Brenda is a vital thread in the fabric of the town, bringing people together and keeping the spirit of the town alive.
That's your green room.
That's me.
A quick trip around town with Brenda shows just how loved she is.
I too, like Brady, have been fortunate enough to grow up with Brenda since I was a young boy, so we've known her for most of my life. It's her infectious personality for me. You can see everyone actually gets drawn to her. Brenda's probably one of the best things to come out of Casino in many, many years. Brenda's always been there and a good friend too.
Her biggest supporter, her husband Warren, who's been by her side for more than 50 years.
I wouldn't be here without Warren, and he's the brain behind my outfit.
I think we've supported one another, and I can only appreciate and thank her most sincerely for what she has done. Thank you for that.
Andrew Dew, NBN News.
Adam, we're lucky enough to know Brenda. She's the best host.
She is the best.
Incredible. Great story, Andrew. Look, if you have a story to tell or know someone in your community who does, we'd love to hear from you. Just send your suggestions to nbnyourstory@9.com.au. Adam, let's get on with the sport. The Blues looking to make history tonight.
It's never easy winning in Brisbane. It's been 19 years since New South Wales last won a decider there. Andrew Johns orchestrated that victory. Coming up, he tells us how this year's team can overcome the odds. Also ahead is Tyson Gamble, set to return from injury for the Knights. And Paddy Mills puts on a show ahead of Paris.
Claire stayed in this amazing hotel and paid this much for her room. Jess stayed in the same hotel and paid a lot less. How? Let's go back. While Claire found her hotel on her usual booking site, Jess found her deal on Trivago. Have a look-see, Claire. Trivago pulls hotel offers from different booking sites in one place, so you can easily compare prices and find your deal. Hotel Trivago. What makes you fall in love with a home? Maybe a turret. Perfectly pointless, except as a place to dream. If it's precious to you, protect it with us. GIO. Protect precious.
Shut up and take my money.
Origin just got better because with Sportsbet's NRL Same Game Multi-Tracker, you can now track your Origin multi live, all in one place with Sportsbet.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
At Spotlight's VIP Day, VIPs save 30% off full-priced items store-wide. Yes, that's 30% off. Hurry, tomorrow only. Plus rush in for our super sale catalogue full of unbeatable deals store-wide. Don't miss out. Sale starts 9 a.m. tomorrow. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
Uncover timeless, healthy-looking skin with Olay Regenerist. Formulated with bioavailable niacinamide, it reduces the look of up to 10 years of wrinkles in 28 days. For firmer, plumper skin. Olay, recommended by dermatologists.
Over $300 just for the brakes and rotors.
Not with us.
This is way cheaper.
For the auto parts store that comes to you, check out Online Auto Parts.
Tank World's Big Deals, Save Big Dollars is extended. Big tanks, big savings on our best-selling big tanks. 47 750-litre tank from only $57.65. Sale must end July 22nd. Tank World, 1-800-68-69-70.
You could get up to $4,000 cash back when you switch your home loan to IMB Bank. Get a great low rate with no application fee, no monthly or annual fee. All in the time it takes to whip up a stir-fry. IMB Bank, right by you.
Every minute.
Every game.
Get ready as the Knights take on the Broncos this Saturday at McDonald Jones Stadium at 5:30. Hurry! Don't forget to go to the game. Play part of knightshub.com.au.
I've suffered from back pain most of my life, and over time I've started getting niggles in my neck, my knee and my feet. As soon as I got the arch supports, I could feel the difference. The back's good and all the niggles are gone.
See for yourself at the Good Feet store.
For New South Wales players, it doesn't get any more intimidating than an Origin decider at Suncorp Stadium, but there are two Blue Stars who relish the hostile atmosphere tonight. Back rowers Liam Martin and Angus Crichton have been nicknamed the Bash Brothers.
Michael Maguire has labelled them as the People's Team. Today they took to the mean streets of Brisbane. Appearing relaxed and happy, the Blues are primed for their Origin decider. A key will be Angus Crichton and Liam Martin. The Blues back rowers are not only tough, but they're smart as well.
This is tactically Butters' up.
I'm not
You're coming with it.
questions. He does know, I know him too well.
A pair of country boys made good. The players call them the Bash Brothers.
How do you feel about that?
Bash Pipe.
I don't know about that. We're just two humble country boys from tomorrow, mate. Trying our best.
It's quite the Temora connection here.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's cool. There's a couple of us in the team, so yeah, I'm sort of in the middle of Young and Temora, but he's Temora boy through and through.
Liam is a throwback and the team's tough guy. Angus provides the muscle and skill. This is quite the combination now. Do you like playing with each other?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, no, we've played quite a few games together, and I've always enjoyed playing with Gus.
What about him?
Oh.
Hey, what are you doing here, Dave? How awkward. What do you like?
Oh, just he doesn't stop. You know, like no matter how tough the going is, like he'll put his hand up and be the one to be there to take the carry, and you know he just keeps going, and you know he's a great bloke off the field as well. Like,
Your turn.
Yeah, mate, he's a maniac. You see him play? He's got no self-preservation at all.
And they're ready to embrace the hate tonight. Queensland don't like you.
Yeah, just like yeah, true. Right. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, I don't like them, so for 80 minutes, but that's footy. Like, as soon as you cross that white line, it's on. So.
Angus, the same for you, mate. They don't like you. You're going to be a target, yeah.
Do the Queensland like you as well?
No, they don't know me. They don't know me.
Yeah, mate. Bring it on. So does.
In Brisbane, Danny Weidler, NBN News.
One man who knows what it takes to win a decider for the Blues in Brisbane is Andrew Johns. He's with James Bracey.
State of Origin, the decider is here. Good evening, Andrew Johns.
Hi, James.
Suncorp Stadium. We know the history here for the Blues, in particular, how hard it is to win a decider. The last time they did it, 2005. You were there and a part of it. What does it take?
Well, emotionally, you've got to get yourself right up. You can't be intimidated by the hostile environment. And look, the first 20 minutes is so important. Phil Gould always says you can't win it in the first 20 minutes, but you can lose it. So that's the job of Mitchell Moses, to get his kicking game on. A bit of a test. Really windy here at Suncorp, so the first 20 minutes very important in the kicking game of Moses.
There's some real confidence about this Blues side, and I guess rightfully so, considering that first half in Melbourne. How much do they need to replicate that?
Oh, well, once again, they'd set that game up from the start, and their power running they were unstoppable. Yep. Then when the bench came on, I'm really excited by the bench. I think Mitch Barnett coming onto the bench makes it even stronger. But, yeah, if they get the start right, they're going to be so hard to hold out because they're so powerful on the edges, New South Wales and their bench.
We've seen this all before. You're confident, yes?
I'm not saying anything.
Yes. Better said. Thank you, Andrew. Looking forward to this. Of course, the State of Origin decider here at Suncorp Stadium, exclusive, live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Adam O'Brien has named his squad to take on the Broncos, but there's still uncertainty around who will take to the field for the Knights on Saturday. The coach hoping last week's lacklustre performance was just a blip.
There were beanies on as the Knights hooked into a light session this morning, lifting morale after a crushing 44-6 loss to the Sea Eagles.
In the review, I don't think there was a single player that was happy with their performance, and they're all looking forward to rectifying it.
To do that, they'll have to overcome a Brisbane side that is just as desperate for 2 points. The Broncos winless from their last 6 games. O'Brien tight-lipped about who could step into Dane Gagai, Bradman Best and Kalen Ponga's shoes if they don't pull up after tonight.
All 22 guys named, obviously 3 of them are up with Origin duties, but the rest of them, they're all ready to go. They're excited to play in front of a full house on Saturday.
One of those, Tyson Gamble, named on the extended bench, making a brief appearance at training today.
I'm hopeful. We're not there yet, but like every week, if you don't name them on the Tuesday, there's no chance.
Meanwhile, the women's side has officially launched their NRLW campaign for a three-peat. Although the side that will face the Roosters hasn't been named just yet, coach Ben Jeffries revealed that Kiwi Isabella Waterman will make her debut next Thursday, putting the rest of the squad on notice.
He's pushed us girls in ways that I think we needed as well. So, yeah, I really like his style of coaching. He puts a lot of emphasis on us to do the work and to make sure that we hold each other accountable.
Sophie Scanlon, NBN News.
The Giants will head to the AFL Appeals Board after the tribunal upheld Toby Bedford's 3-match suspension for a dangerous tackle on Richmond's Tim Taranto. GWS unsuccessfully argued there was no other way for Bedford to make the tackle. Their frustration shared widely by players and fans across the competition. Paddy Mills has silenced critics who were worried about his form heading into the Olympics, starring in the Boomers' last warm-up match before the Games. Mills scored 28 points while picking up 5 assists and 2 steals as Australia defeated Serbia 84-73 in Abu Dhabi. After the break, a rising star's hope to forge his own name in the pool at the Olympics.
Busy home? Make the right family-friendly choices with the Choices flooring designed for living sale. Save on stylish, durable and stain-resistant carpets. Go online or visit your nearest Choices flooring showroom.
The Good Guys doorbuster deals are on now. Get $400 off this 75-inch Hisense TV. This Samsung front-load washer only $888. This Dyson P11 only $788. Plus over $150 off these Samsung soundbars. Doorbuster deals only at The Good Guys.
The artisan loaf. Supermarket speak for frozen bread. Now that's not cool. So I guess you can choose fakery or an actual bakery.
Despicable Me 4 has landed at Macca's.
Hey, Minions! My Minions?
Try our banana desserts range for despicable grown-ups and a Happy Meal for your little minions. Despicable Me 4, only in cinemas.
At Aussie Broadband, we reckon there's more to the Aussie way than just this. Like keeping your entire family better connected with Australia's most trusted telco. Even this little champion. Switch to fast internet now. That's Aussie Broadband. That's the actual Aussie way.
So, Dad, what's next? Well, now the Annie Gentleman's Outfit is in town, there's only one place to go. All roads lead to Charlestown.
To look your best, see Andy Roberts at Gentleman's Outfitters Charlestown, just outside Charlestown Square. 2023 Golf Industry Awards Tournament of the Year is back. Registrations are open July 8 for the Hawk's Nest Beachside Pro-Am, August 23 and 24, including gala dinner with guest speakers. Visit hawksnestgolfclub.com.au.
Oh, this stinks!
What? The game?
Nah, the sewer's clogged.
How?
Wet wipes and oil.
Makes a fat burg.
What did you call me?
Pipes can't handle this. That's what pipes are meant to mix. Help keep the pipes free. But you put down your drain affects you and me.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us.
Serena, nothing compares.
This report brought to you by Serena Tuna. Nothing compares.
Our swimmers are holding a pre-games camp just south of Paris. Kai Taylor excited to make his Olympic debut and follow in the footsteps of his mother, Australian great Hayley Lewis.
Been in touch every day. It's hard. She hasn't given me any advice, but she's just really proud of me and just wants me to go out there and do my best. So she's coming over to watch, and I can't wait to see her in the stands.
Taylor will swim in the 4x200 freestyle relay. Claire Wheeler is proving her versatility ahead of Paris, playing left back in the Matildas' clash against Canada. The Rosebud Junior saying she'll play anywhere in her games debut.
You know, I know as soon as we get into France, it will be, you know, all about the games that we have, and they're quite quick and fast after each other. So I'm very excited, and I'm really fortunate to have my dad coming over from Australia, from Newcastle.
The Matildas' first game is against Germany on July 26. Sophie Hoban has re-signed with the Jets for another 2 seasons. Meanwhile, the men's side will take on Sydney FC in Maitland behind closed doors tomorrow for their first trial match of the season. It's all in preparation for their Australia Cup qualifier against Western United in Darwin next week.
I'd rather play games and run around and train, so it would be good to get the fitness levels up, and yeah, it's always good to compete against other teams.
New recruit Alexander Shushnia is on deck training with the side, but won't feature in tomorrow's hit-out. The Hunter has been starved of motor racing this year after the Supercars round in Newcastle was axed. It's forced die-hard fans to think outside the box. organising some of the biggest stars to make a surprise visit to the region. Walkinshaw and Andretti United made a quick pit stop in Singleton today ahead of this weekend's Supercars round at Sydney Motorsport Park.
Seeing we can't have a Newcastle race, we thought we'd bring the supercars to the Hunter Valley, and the Hunter Valley people can say hello to some of the drivers.
Defending champion Brody Kostecki was on the ground, so too Supercars rookie Ryan Wood. But it was Chaz Mostert who gathered most of the attention.
How's those been, right? Having fun?
A podium finisher on the streets of Newcastle, Mostert is open to a return to racing in the Hunter.
A wine country 500. Would you be open to the idea of doing that? I'll race wherever, as long as the other guys turn up as well. They make us a nice big plastic trophy that we race for at the end of the day, and bragging rights. We'll turn up wherever the race is.
Behind the scenes, he's also now a team owner of Method Motorsport. Newcastle's Tom Heyman, one of his drivers.
Seeing Tom change his driving style ability from a Trans Am car to a GT car, which is almost as back to front as what, say, driving like a TCR car, front-wheel drive car to a rear-wheel drive, any race car, has been pretty impressive.
The two-time Bathurst 1000 winner admitting Heyman raised eyebrows the first time behind the wheel of his GT4 McLaren.
He's definitely got some talent, and not just saying that because he's representing us, but the results are speaking for themselves.
The next round of the GT4 Championship is at Queensland Raceway on August 2. Heyman holds a 5-point championship lead over Denman's Ryland Gray.
Only talent like this gets places with great backing, so yeah, if you're looking to get behind one of your own, please reach out to the family and help them go further.
The New South Wales under-15 side are national ice hockey champions. They downed South Australia in the gold medal match 4-2. Australia's first NHL player, Nathan Walker, today also made a surprise appearance at the Warners Bay rink.
I think the more hockey that kids can play, the better it's going to be for our sport. And, I think events like this definitely help grow the game.
The under-18 and 13s national championships begin later tonight, wrapping up on Sunday. And Newcastle District Cricket is set to return to 50-over matches this summer instead of 40. Officials recently rubber-stamped their decision after an outcry from local clubs for several seasons. It's expected to be officially endorsed next week. The traditional one-day format was last used in the 2016-17 season. And Tash, go the Blues.
Said it.
Can't wait.
I concur. Thanks, Adam. The weather's next.
I think I'll see him tomorrow. I'll make sure I let him know that I know you. Yeah. Look, was that yours? Yeah.
Who will claim the Origin crown? Ampol State of Origin, the designer, next on 9 and 9 now.
Warm up this winter with great weekly specials across the store. Like 4 and 20 Angus Aussie beef pies, 700-gram 4-pack, now just $7.20 each. Save $4.80. That's today's fresh food people.
Janae Diver was late to lunch.
Juggling 2 children while training for a marathon. Yes, it's quite phenomenal. When you power your home with affordable and sustainable energy plans from Engie, everything becomes epic. With Engie, it's possible.
Shut up and take my
Someone
money.
said KFC.
I love pork. That is no mystery. The mystery for me is why some of you don't. ¿Por
Yeah,
qué?
why?
They're very fussy eaters. ¿Por qué?
Why?
Kids love it.
Look, I don't have time to.
Why? Cooks in no time.
Because it's
Why? Why? Exactly. You see, life's tastier when you get some pork on your fork. The Nick Scully Winter Sale is on now with up to 50% off selected designer furniture. Save up to 50% at the Winter Sale. On now at Nick Scully.
Things are really heating up at Heating and Outdoors by Glendale Warehouse. See the huge range of wood heaters, gas heaters and gas log fires, plus friendly service and expert advice. Now at 2 locations, Glendale and Thornton.
Harkaway Homes are the reproduction specialists. Iconic Australiana homes, impeccably reproduced in every detail. Take advantage of our special price, now offering up to $10,000 in savings.
And the snow dustings we saw on the Barrington tops. We did see some sun today and the winds have eased off a little. Extensive low to mid-level cloud extends from Tasmania through to Victoria, New South Wales and into southern Queensland. It's associated with a low and trough system responsible for these cold conditions. Tomorrow, the low will move further away from the southeast, with showers easing, although the cloud will persist. More snow is likely in the Alps and possibly again on the tablelands. Well, it was chilly again today, but temperatures up by a few degrees on yesterday. Lake Macquarie topped at 19 degrees, Nobby's Head reached a maximum of 17, Williamtown down to 10 overnight, up to 18 degrees today. In the valley, around 17 degrees for Singleton and Cessnock, while at Scone, 14 degrees. Tomorrow will continue partly cloudy with a slight chance of an early morning shower. Winds will ease further too, so hopefully we'll feel just a little bit warmer. In Newcastle, we're looking for a maximum of 19 degrees. Nelson Bay, 17 degrees on the way. A little bit of rain possible in the morning for Cessnock and Maitland, and 18 degrees is the forecast. Muswellbrook tomorrow down to 6 tonight, up to 17. Look at the Barringtons. Still snowing there potentially, and a maximum tomorrow of 5 degrees seems a little ambitious. A strong wind warning continues for the Hunter Coast with seas up to 2.5 metres. There's a morning high tide at 5:41 a.m. That is 1.26 of a metre. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:51. Looking further ahead, cloud clearing towards the end of the weekend in Newcastle. Looking like a windy day again though for Saturday. Snow is still possible above 1,400 metres for the next few days in the valley. Cool nights on the central coast and milder days. And that is NBN News for this Wednesday evening. State of Origin, of course. Next, it's The Decider. Thanks for your company from all the team here. Good night.